Nate, the hate, not the hate.
The hate.
Nate. Let me turn off the. Let me take off the chat from the screen here. Or I can just flip it over. Yeah, there you go. There you go. What's up, Nate? Welcome to the Odyssey for the first time in 2025 since 2020.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, the last time we did something was I pretended to be Nate one time and he pretended to me.
Oh yeah, that was video. April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts, man. Give me your thoughts.
Longest direct in Nintendo history.
For real. The last one was
tied technically.
Well, the last one was a Switch 2, but that was justified because they were introducing a new console.
Yeah, it was a blowout, right? That was a blowout. So like, obviously that one was a special occasion launching a new platform, just like they did the in-person event for Switch, and that was really long as well. But that wasn't called a direct. They didn't do it in person for Switch 2. Yeah. That said, we've never had a general direct this long ever.
It's crazy.
It's kind of interesting because if you do want to count the one for Switch 2, that means every direct that's featured Switch 2 that was a general direct is an hour long.
For real.
They have so much to show. Obviously, you know, guys, the rumors have been flying and all that. Andy Robinson teasing this morning that it's a Mario kind of week. No surprise, Mario anniversary is coming up on Saturday. So high expectations for some Mario 40th anniversary stuff to be in this direct. Probably one of the reasons why it is an hour. It's probably a combo direct. It's probably Mario anniversary plus general other stuff.
Yeah. Unfinished business for Nintendo.
I know you didn't expect me to come on, Mike, but I'm like, dude, this is direct hype.
Do it, man. Do it.
If I got the time, I'm gonna show up. I don't usually have the time. That's usually the problem. But I had the time. It's a Wednesday. The wife's at work. The kids are at school.
Yeah.
And so I have a little more time than usual.
Oh man, I appreciate it. So what is your most anticipated announcement for the direct besides Mario? Everybody knows Mario's going to show up.
Yeah. Seeing the new 3D Mario would be my most anticipated, assuming that they actually do that. There's no guarantee, of course. It's been 2017 and it's the 40th, and there's a movie come on. It's time.
For real.
It's time to tease it for next year. I know it's not a this year game, but next year let's get a tease. But setting aside Mario, obviously there's all the release dates and stuff that we expect to get for already announced things. Yeah. Potentially a Metroid Prime 4 direct announced. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what Nash Weedle has thrown out there. So we'll see. That's like an exact info from him. He's the only one saying it. So we'll see if that ends up being true. Yeah. But what I'm probably anticipating the most besides Metroid Prime 4, because I've been looking forward to that game since 2017. So
for real, man. It's time.
Like it's hard to anticipate much more than a game that I've been waiting 8 years for. But in terms of like new announcements, I'm very curious what direction Nintendo's going to go here, because the one thing that's exciting about a new generation is all the franchises are back on the table.
Yeah.
Obviously not Mario Kart. I mean, it could be DLC, but like Mario Kart's already launched, right? So we know about that. We're not expecting a Donkey Kong announcement. I mean, again, there could be DLC, but like a new game. That's probably not going to get announced because, again, we just had one. So that leaves, surprisingly, so many of Nintendo's franchises open. Like, even though we have Kirby Air Riders, well, what about a new Kirby game? New 3D Kirby game could get teased for next year. We could see Fire Emblem, right? It's actually been a little bit. Fire Emblem usually comes out every other year. It's actually been a little bit since we got Fire Emblem. Yeah. So could see something Fire Emblem. Could, obviously, Animal Crossing stuff's always out there. People are always hoping that we finally get that and get it early in the gen, because people want that to get supported the whole generation.
Yeah.
But for me personally, obviously, I'm a big Zelda guy, so I would love a 3D Zelda tease. I think that's not happening. That's next year. That's next year. 40th anniversary of Zelda's next year. Next year is when I hope to get a tease either in the summer or the fall.
Yeah, it's perfect for February, since we have a direct, hopefully a direct coming in February. So
it would be nice if they did in February. And there is the rumor out there that like they're going to start the 40th anniversary in January for Zelda, which I find very interesting if that happens.
Yeah.
But I think it could just be that like maybe Age of Imprisonment comes out in January, and that's why they start. That said, I don't think we're seeing 3D Zelda. As much as if we do, if there's 3D Mario and a 3D Zelda reveal in the same damn direct, it's the greatest direct of all time.
Yeah. I told the chat that earlier. I'm like, we're getting a lot of Mario. We're getting Metroid Prime 4 finally, we're getting all the unfinished business that Nintendo promised, like Zelda Prison War, which is this winter. So that leaves December, January, February. Zelda will be a little too much. It'll kind of just give a lot of heart attacks,
overwhelmed,
including you.
Yeah. But if they did, that would just be amazing. I mean, it's an hour-long direct, so expectations are going to be through the roof if they already weren't.
Yeah.
So like realistically, I don't expect the 3D Zelda. So when I think about what I want, I'm kind of hoping that this trend continues where they brought 3D Donkey Kong back from the dead after like 24 years. 26 years. Oh my gosh, I get the math wrong on that.
Yeah.
It would be really interesting if they debut like a brand new Star Fox. Like a new Star Fox, not a remake or a remaster, a new one.
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping that getting DK was like a sign that they're going to start bringing some IPs back a little bit. And obviously seeing the critical success of that, you got to do it in the right way with the right developer. But that's what I'm kind of like. I know it's sort of wish listy because I'm not so sure we're going to get that right now, but I'm not so sure what we're going to get besides Mario because of the 40th anniversary. Like, I just expect Mario. If we don't get 3D Mario, I'm shocked.
Yeah, for real. For real. I mean, Mario's always been a staple in at least the first year of a new system, the first 12 months. So there has to be, something should be dropped.
I'd be very shocked if we don't get a Mario. So, or at least a 3D Mario. I know there'll probably be remakes, remasters, or whatever. But if there is no 3D Mario, and that's again, I'm like really confident there will be. But if there isn't, then I suspect Nintendo must have some other big bangers being dropped. Because Nintendo, having gone to PAX West and talked to some people there and behind the scenes with some of the employees at Treehouse and talking to some others, they're acutely aware of what the internet is saying. They're aware that there doesn't seem to be a huge positive vibe around the Switch 2 right now. They know there's no release dates for games. Yeah, they did all these demo events, but none of these games have release dates. So like we're just demoing without knowing when things are coming. They didn't bring Metroid Prime 4 to PAX West despite bringing it to other events.
Really?
Why? Yeah, they didn't bring it. And they're like, why? I asked. They just said, not our decision.
That sucks.
They had it at Canada. They had it at Gamescom. Weird. And I guess it was the same demo as the Switch 2 experience anyways, but I didn't get to the Switch 2 experience. So it would have been cool to finally
for real.
But no, Nintendo is very aware, at least from what they told me, of what's going on. Nintendo of America at least is. I don't think the sentiment's the same in Japan. It seems to be pretty positive in Japan. I think Nintendo knows that they need this to be a massive direct. They need this to really show people why the Switch 2 upgrade is worthwhile. Because as much as we talk about how amazing like DK Bonanza is, all of the games so far that have been announced by Nintendo so far seem to be games that started on Switch 1. So they're not really fully taking advantage of the hardware. Like even Donkey Kong Bonanza, amazing Game of the Year contender. It's using FSR. Why isn't it using the more superior DLSS? Well, because it was made on Switch 1 originally.
It started for Switch 1 and then Switch 2. Yeah, correct.
So they need to have at least one, maybe two games today that are only ever made for Switch 2 to really pop. And I know, look, the problem is their games always tend to be niche. But I think what would make people's jaws drop, at least just from a visual perspective, would be something from Monolith Soft.
Yeah.
They're like the visual kings at Nintendo. And like, they might only sell 2 to 3 million copies of whatever they're making, but it's going to look next gen. It's going to look like something Switch 1 could not do.
I 100% agree. Out of the 60 minutes, I see Nintendo taking at least 15 minutes away from Mario. Then we have the third-party support. Microsoft finally showing up with Call of Duty. All these games coming up, and then of course Nintendo's first-party unfinished business. I call it unfinished business because Metroid Prime 4. Come on, how is that game not yet had a release date? And we only have out of the year, how many dates do we have out of the year that are open? December and this month, September, they're not gonna shadow drop it. I mean, I presented this to other people. What do you think? Would they put Metroid Prime 4 next to Pokemon in release in release time?
I think they would. I think they would do it in the same month, either the beginning of the month or towards Halloween. I know Andres Restarts had a theory about it being on the 30th for a while.
Yeah.
I look, Nintendo's done 2 big games in the same month before.
Yeah.
The big thing is when they do that, they're games that don't cannibalize each other. And I don't think the Pokemon audience and the Metroid audience cannibalize each other. So I think that they could actually be in the same month. I've actually thought this for a while. Nintendo technically had multiple games in August, but it was a DLC and then Dragon Drive. 2 games that's kind of the thing. Like, hey, what's the most recent Nintendo released games on Switch 2? Okay, not the best taste in your mouth kind of situation.
Yeah.
And even like this month, we don't really have. This is like we have nothing announced for this month.
Yeah.
Which is insane. It makes me think there's potentially a shadow drop coming.
Metroid Prime 2 and 3.
Maybe Metroid Prime 2 and 3. I know a lot of people are kind of off that train, including Nate the Hate. But I think, I think for the Mario anniversary, Mario Galaxy 2 remaster, it could be a shadow drop this Friday. I'm thinking that there might be a major third-party game, actually. I thought this for a while back when Switch Force was rumoring the 12th being a Friday. Yeah. Because Friday is a very popular release date for a lot of third-party companies. AAA third parties release a lot of games on Friday.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, like, there could be a major shadow drop from a third party because they only release their games on Fridays. And then we got all those rumors from, like, Dusk Golem and others about all the Resident Evil games coming over. And I'm like, dude, is Ari getting dropped on Friday?
That's crazy.
That would be insane. Yeah. And if they pair that with announcing Requiem for the system for next year, I mean, people are just going to lose their mind.
Yeah, I think that's the best case scenario for Resident Evil. Like have the previous games drop on the same day and then announce that the latest one for next year would be crazy. That would be insane, man.
Yeah, like I just feel like there has to be shadow drops because there's nothing. I know you had obviously Silk Song, which is obviously doing really well on all platforms last week, doing really well on your channel.
if Silk Song is not here, we riot.
So we obviously had Silk Song and Outlaws last week, and I know beginning of October or something like that, I think is when Borderlands comes. But Nintendo tends to drop a game every single month. They averaged a game a month during the whole Switch generation. So they have to be dropping something from themselves this month. I don't suspect it's one of the games already announced. Like, I don't, guys, if they shadow drop Metroid Prime 4, I'm going to be pissed.
For real.
Not because I'll be playing it on Friday. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But because like that needs a proper marketing release pre-order cycle because they didn't give that to Metroid Prime Remaster.
Exactly.
And even with that price, the $40, I really feel like it almost hurt the sales of that game. Because if you didn't watch the direct, you didn't even know the thing released.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's the thing about shadow drops is they have to be careful about what they shadow drop. Like a third-party game shadow dropping is different because like if it's like a Resident Evil shadow drops on Friday, Capcom will do their own marketing separate from Nintendo. They'll market it on all their channels and everything. So like that'll get promotion. So if you're going to shadow drop something, I feel like it has to be something like a Mario Galaxy 2 remaster situation where everyone's talking about the 40th. Nintendo's going to repost it on their socials because it's the 40th anniversary and it's Mario. So I kind of feel like it would spread a lot larger because it's such a big IP compared to something like Metroid. That's why like even shadow dropping 2 and 3 Metroid Prime, I'm kind of like, yeah, that'd be cool, but also no one's gonna play them. It sucks. Probably one of the most watched directs of all time, and then nobody plays them because they're gonna be over. Here's the thing: when you have such a massive direct, and again, we've never had an hour-long general direct outside of like launching a console.
It's crazy.
There's going to be a lot of games in this direct. It's probably going to be the most jam-packed direct of all time.
What if it's like this moving forward? Since Nintendo is still supporting Nintendo Switch until the end of 2026. What if like any upcoming direct is now 60 minutes instead of just the 40 regular movies we get?
Yeah, I was thinking about that at least for like the next year because they're going to promote Switch stuff as well. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we get an update on Tamagotchi Life, the new one.
Yeah.
Because that's the next year game and we just haven't heard anything about it for a while.
Rhythm
Haven. So I think that another aspect that could lead to directs being much bigger when they do the generals in like February, June, and September is I think they're going to get a lot more AAA third-party support. And because of that, They might stretch their directs from the 45-minute more to like the 50 to hour minute mark now, at least for a while they're getting all the big third parties, because that's the one thing is we keep hearing they're getting all the big third parties, but then we're not getting announcements. Well, it's probably because it's happening in this direct.
I'm sure that when it comes to third party support like Microsoft and the bigger companies, they want to be in directs. They want to make sure that the support is there in their Nintendo Directs, not part of their own presentations. We're also having a Claim coming back as an indie developer. They might show up a little bit and come here.
Yeah, you never know.
I know they're having something on the 12th. Is it on Friday?
Yeah, I think so. Same day. I think so.
So I mean, that's bold. Well, they didn't know. They didn't know.
They probably didn't know. Yeah, if they don't have any games in the direct, then they probably didn't know it was the same day. They might try to build off that hype if they got some Switch 2 announcements. You know, so I suspect this to be a big direct. You mentioned Call of Duty. I actually don't expect Call of Duty. It's weird because we know that's the one thing we know is coming someday. There's a 10-year contract. Like we're getting Call of Duty someday. I just have a feeling, and this is just a gut feeling based on there's some rumors for this, but also based on some of the reports out there about the dev kits that I'm not so sure Microsoft has had the dev kits very long. And I think for Call of Duty, what they promised feature parity, same day, cross-gen. It's supposed to basically be the same experience every other console gets. Obviously, the resolution will probably be bumped down and stuff, but
but thank you for saying that, because I've been saying that for a while now. Like, hey, Call of Duty, Microsoft did promise that they were going to get the same exact version as all other consoles, same day and everything. And no, I think it was they said same day, same version and everything. So that's why I don't think that even this Call of Duty present one, the one that they announced that came out last year, so the next one will probably be the one to make it to the Switch 2.
Yeah, because like when people are saying, "Oh, the first Call of Duty we're gonna get is this one," I'm like, no, that's not that. Last year's isn't day and date. That actually doesn't fit with what the contract said. This year it's possible. I just think they haven't had the dev kits long enough, because they have like a 3 to 4 year dev cycle with Call of Duty. So I kind of feel like it'll be that next Call of Duty next year that we get day and date. I did mention they could announce Warzone, because that's a forever play game. There's not really a day and date with that. It's always out. It's like Fortnite. So I do expect possibly if we get any Call of Duty announcement to be Warzone, but I do think we'll get some Microsoft announcements. Sea of Thieves, I think, shows up here. That's also for me a potential shadow drop candidate, because everyone knows what Sea of Thieves is. They don't need to do like a big marketing cycle for it. It's interesting because Indiana Jones got announced at Opening Night Live. The unexpected Switch 2 announcement at Opening Night Live, the big Indiana Jones game coming over. That's literally only next gen only. Again, we're starting to see this pattern of, hey, it doesn't have to be on PS4 to come to Switch 2. I'm liking that, especially with what we're getting with the recent ports. Outlaws being pretty good, and Borderlands 4 hopefully cleaned up a bit before launch. We'll see. But I think that announcement happened there because it's like the one game Microsoft couldn't get into this direct because there's too many other
for real.
Like, we might get Sea of Thieves. We also might get a bunch of other, like Master Chief Collection and a bunch of other stuff that they thought might overshadow the Indiana Jones announcement. And I know amongst the Nintendo community, not necessarily at Opening Night Live, but amongst the Nintendo community, that Switch 2 announcement really popped at Opening Night Live. Not for the live audience, because like all of them there played the game already on PlayStation or Xbox, but for I literally saw Nintendo content creators and people all it was trending on X for a while because Nintendo fans are just excited because it's a good game. Like, this isn't like Star Wars Outlaws where it got a really bad reputation because it launched broken and had a whole bunch of issues. Indiana Jones was very, very good from the moment it came out in December of 2024. It's just a really good game. And I even praise it as like a game that's better than the recent Indiana Jones movies. Like, it's so good. It feels like it should be a movie. I'm indie. And Troy Baker did incredible mimicking the voice of Harrison Ford. I didn't think anyone could mimic his voice.
I thought it was him for a while. He did really good. Very good.
I was like, did they record Harrison Ford and then just AI younger his voice a little bit?
Yeah.
The raspiness he has. No, it's Troy Baker, and he did an incredible job. The team that made the Avatar that's Indy, it looks exactly like young Indy from the movies. I'm like, oh man, they did really incredible with this. So the game's just fantastic. So I'm really interested to see, because it's a very graphically intense game. So I'm interested to see how they make that work. But yeah, I expect a lot of Microsoft games. There'll be some indie titles in here, folks. I don't think it's going to be a lot. I think it'll be like 3 or 4, probably a farming sim because there's always a farming sim.
Hold on, Silks on DLC. Oh, we right. We're right.
Like, it's always gonna in general directs. It's always usually bigger indie games.
Yeah.
So I could see something like Mina the Hollower showing up from Yacht Club Game. The game comes out in October, so they might want that promotion. And they're doing 120 FPS.
That's crazy.
Switch 2.
It's insane.
So they might want to show that off. So this is just gonna be a massive direct. And like while there's gonna the thing with the direct this long, there's gonna be like a section, and I know this happens every time. It's gonna be like 15 minutes of the direct where like everyone's like, this is the worst direct ever. No, I don't like any of these games. It's like, guys, it's an hour.
It's an hour, yeah.
Maybe the other 45 minutes is for you. Let's relax a little bit.
Yeah, I call that to be like right after the first announcement. If we do start with Metroid Prime 4, like Switch4 said, I think he said in his somebody told me in the video today, Metroid Prime 4 and then with 3D Mario. I'm not sure if he's just saying that or it's just speculation at this point, but I call that moment to be after the first announcement. The next couple of announcements will be like man, this sucks. Kind of like
yeah, there'll be one of those campfire games like the last partner showcase.
Oh my god!
And it'll be like, what is this? What are we doing? Wasting like 3 minutes on this, and then they just drop a banger right after it.
Yeah. NSO. What do you think they're gonna do with NSO? With Mario.
We have a huge chunk of the Mario stuff already on NSO.
Mario Sunshine is not there, right?
Mario Sunshine. They could do Sunshine. Very curious how they approach that, considering that they technically already re-released it, but that temporary thing for the 35th. Yeah. I know some people think they'll just they'll just bring back Super Mario 3D All Stars. Maybe they will. I don't know, but
yeah.
I can see them dropping Sunshine. I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. I am not someone, as you know, Mike, that replays games a lot.
Yeah.
So NSO updates really aren't that exciting to me, but I do get excited when games I know people really, really want to come along. And while Sunshine, I think, is a game people want, I also think that like a lot of people that wanted to play it again already bought it with 3D All Stars.
Yep.
So I kind of feel like there's more exciting announcements they can do. But the problem is they put so many of the Mario games on NSO. It's hard for me to feel like they can do anything that's going to make me be excited for a Mario release on NSO, unless they announce a new platform. That would be insane. Like if they announce Wii and they launch with both galaxies,
that would be crazy.
That would be insane. But like they're still building out the GameCube library, so I just don't see them announcing a new platform right now.
Yeah.
Now the GameCube only has like 4 games,
unless it's Nintendo DS, which is the handheld portion of second screen. I'm still on that board. Yeah. I'm still on that train. I'm not getting off on.
I'm aware you're never getting off that train, Mike. I know. You'll be riding that train to Switch 3.
I've been riding that train since Switch 2 was a rumor.
Yes, you have been. Every time that patent gets like just a smidge of the smallest
update, they add a period to it. I'm gonna update.
I see it on X all the time, and then occasionally make a video, and I'm just like, "Here we go again." Mike already knows how I think about this. I'm gonna let it be. Let him have his fun. You know what? If the second screen comes, I will eat the peel of a banana or something.
Yeah,
I think you can eat those. I should probably look up if it's poisonous to eat a peel of a banana or not.
Can you?
I have no idea.
Apparently, in I know in an orange it's bad, but it's where the vitamins are. So that's people put them in smoothies and stuff because the vitamin D lies in the peel.
You can eat the peel of a banana. It's actually very nutritious to do it.
All right, so you heard it here. Nate will eat the peel of a banana. and we get a second screen. Did he just drop off? I think he was
pause in case it's Switch 3 because that's a long ways away. They might do some crazy things.
Yeah. So peel a banana. You heard it here first. We'll hold Nate to it the minute they announce. Can you imagine this? The first thing they drop is NSO second screen.
Second screen attachment. Fuck. I'm already on the stream. Honey, go buy me a banana. I gotta eat the peel live. Let's go.
For real. I mean, they did. There was that pattern where you can flip the screen over. You flip the screen over, and then the center part on the top, which is the display. Yeah, that is a display port. Ends up being on top center, so that it perfectly fits on on handheld mode there.
I know when the Switch 2 came out, it was like the first thing you did is, oh look, I can attach the Joy-Cons the other way. It's like,
I did that at the experience. That's the first thing I did. And like I was like, what are you doing? And the guy was like, what are you doing? I'm just trying to prove something. I'm just trying to just calm down. I'm just trying to prove something.
Now, if the screen would have flipped when you did that, I would have been like, oh fuck, he's right then.
Well, I mean, that could come in an update. Maybe they're just purposely not doing that yet because
By the way, sorry audience for swearing, not my channel, my bad.
Yeah. No, but I mean that is not as bad as I mean that's allowed in the podcast, so we're good.
Well, I know it happened, but I was kind of like, what's the day? Even on my day streams, I try not to swear. But God, that's just how excited I am for Switch 2.
No, I mean, hello.
See my dad filters up right now. I'm so excited.
Dude, the 12, man, the 12 1 hour direct. Again, shout out to like I said to Switch Force for that piece of information. Getting it right. He's the first one who actually brought up the 12 when everybody said, "Hey, that's an odd day, Friday." You know,
Friday. There's no way it'll be a Friday. They don't do directs on Friday. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Until now.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure it could have something to do with Memorial Day having 9/11 on Thursday. Them wanting to or not, or maybe they still didn't care whatever they want and just dropped it on a Friday because they wanted to.
Yeah, I'd be very curious if anyone ever asked them in an interview, like, why did you choose Friday? Was it just because Mario's anniversary is the next day?
Yeah.
Was it because you were just trying to avoid 9/11 in the US? It's interesting because Nintendo's actually released games on 9/11 since then, so they haven't seemed to care about it before. And to be fair, it was 24 years ago. I know there's going to be memorials, but it was 24 years. We're getting to the point where, it was a long time ago. I kind of makes me feel old as hell.
I feel old too. You're saying a long time ago. I'm like, wait, I was there, dude. Like I was there.
I could have been born and had a whole nother life since then.
I was already an adult by then, man.
Yeah, I was in high school still. Almost an adult, but it was long time ago, man. It's crazy to think it's been 24 years. Jeez.
24 years. Crazy, man. A whole person was born and they're 24 right now. Sucks, man.
Yeah. That's man, that is just sorry. It's crazy sometimes when you think about these things. Oh yeah, we're doing this anniversary. I bet you that's what people thought about the 4th of July for a while. What, it's been 10 years? It's been 20 years? It's been 100 years? Holy crap, I'm old. Well, if it's 100 years ago, yeah, you're pretty old.
I was there when the first fireworks.
Okay, that was a long time ago. Oh man, was that? I think China invented them or something. I can't remember, but
in China was it they invented fireworks?
I think so. They had them. Well, I know they had them very early in one of their empires, but I can't remember. That's what Google's for. I'm just gonna check right now. We're literally on the internet. We have the power of Google at our hands. It was China. Hey, look at that. I remembered something from history class.
I didn't pay attention. So I don't know.
It was in 600 to 900 AD. So yeah, a hell of a long time ago.
That's a lot of time ago. Yeah.
They also invented gunpowder. So it made sense that they would also invent the fireworks because they use gunpowder for fireworks.
Man, everything was made in China. Come on, US, you're falling behind.
Everything began in China, not just today. It was back in the ancient days.
Man, I mean, they had time to build a Great Wall. Come on, man, we gotta catch up.
Yeah, we're trying to build the wall. They did it first.
Oh, yeah, exactly. They were trying to.
We're everything. We're just behind China.
They're trying to build a wall, and they did it in nothing like that. The huge giant wall there.
Well, they did it in ancient days. We struggle in modern days.
Seriously, we should.
If we're trying to build pyramids, look at what Egypt did in ancient days. Oh, modern tech, we can't build a pyramid. What?
That sucks, dude. All right, man. Take care.
Yeah, later, man.
Thanks for coming on.